Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you from very humble beginnings. All right, we're going to be doing a bare minerals look, so I'm here to bare it all with bare minerals basically. For those of my followers that have very sensitive skin, you're looking for something that's going to be really great on the skin. It's not going to clog your pores, it's not going to break you out, it's going to look really pretty and natural, and it's not going to like do any harm to the skin. Actually, it's going to improve your skin. If you're looking for something like that, Bare Minerals is a really good brand. I do have oily combination skin now. I used to have extremely oily, but since moving up north, my skin just is kind of like all over the place. So right now it's oily combination, which I mean, I'm not mad at it or whatever. I just have to like tweak a couple things in my skincare and my makeup routine. But I'm gonna go in with my Hydro Grip primer. Like, I love this primer right here, y'all. Like, oddly, it hydrates the skin, but it also suppresses the sebum, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go in with my little face puff, and I'm going to use my Laura Mercier, the deep finishing powder, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add a light layer all over my face, just to kind of set my primer. It really is a good idea, especially for those of us that have oily skin, to kind of use a setting powder, not a foundation powder, to kind of like help control any oil. Okay, so I'm gonna take this the Bare Pro Glow. This is literally a liquid highlighter. You can use this to mix in with your sunscreen, you can use it to mix in with your body lotion, you can mix this in with your foundation for like a nice radiant glow. It has a little bit of sugar molecules in it, so that in itself is kind of gonna act as like an antioxidant for the skin. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my cheekbones on the top. Just gonna use my finger to kind of blend that on top of the setting lotion, because what I'm doing is highlighting underneath. So my next one of my favorite products is going to be this one here, the Bare Pro liquid foundation. My shade is Cappuccino. She is a water-based foundation, so I typically try to use my water-based primers with my water-based foundation. So, and one thing I love about Bare Minerals, they really do have ingredients that are skin friendly. The Bare Pro foundation, the Bare Minerals foundation, their foundations kind of run a little warm. They're pretty much yellow based. So Cappuccino I feel like was a really good color for me, because it's the closest that I could get to is it for a red foundation, because I do have like a cool undertone. But the Bare Pro, they do oxidize, so you kind of want to be careful with that. The foundation retails for 34 bucks. And they have a pretty decent shade range. It's a full coverage foundation, all right, keep that in mind, full coverage. She is going to be their performance foundation, and she's meant to mattify the skin. So if you're someone who does have like oily skin, this foundation is going to be really good for you. But for someone that has dry skin, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, because she will suck the life out of you. So for the concealer, I'm going to be using the Bare Pro concealer. It is a creamy stick concealer. I use the shade number 14, which is a dark, deep, like a neutral shade. I'm going to put a little bit just underneath my eye to kind of help even out the complexion a little bit. I'm going to take the Bare Skin concealer, which is a serum concealer, in a lighter shade, and I'm going to highlight a little bit. And I like to use a concealer that's going to be close to my skin complexion right underneath here. This is the reddest that I could find for like that color correcting. I'm going to go a little bit just around my mouth where I notice there's a little bit of discoloration there. And I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of like buff it in a little bit. So now I'm going to take the Bare Skin concealer. This one is dark to deep. She's a very hydrated concealer. She has a little bit of a hydrating humectant in her, so she won't settle into any lines or anything like that that we may have. around the face, and she won't clog your pores. And I'm just gonna go here. We're gonna take our beauty blender, clean beauty blender, and we're gonna blend her out. Just pressing underneath that eye. So the serum concealer, she comes in, I believe, 4 shades, and this is actually the deepest shade that they have, the dark to deep. A lot of area for opportunity when it comes down to the serum concealers from Bare, but I do like her because she is a full coverage concealer. She's lightweight, very, very, very lightweight, and she is a water-based concealer. I'm gonna add a little bit more concealer because I noticed she's kind of like breaking up right here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to set her in place. Yeah, she's not blending how I want her to blend. Sometimes these water-based products can be a little bit tricky. You just kind of have to work with them. Just kind of work. So we didn't blend her out as much as we possibly could. So I'm gonna take my translucent powder from Laura Mercier, put a little bit of her to the top, and I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm gonna set my concealer. Put a little bit on the back of my hand, blot that extra product out, and we're gonna set underneath that eye. So now I'm going to take our Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. This is the shade Mahogany 11.5. She is 30% water-based. So I'm going to use her to contour. She is like this nice, rich shade that I absolutely love. And she's very easy to blend. I'm just going to blend her out. I'm going to blend over in circles, okay? And I'm going toward the center of the face, okay? I'm gonna change brushes. Use a sculpting brush. Okay, we're going for those nice, deep Grace Jones features, okay? Now that we have the highlight, we got the contour moving right along the face. Y'all already know my favorite finishing powder, the Black Radiant. She is so brown girl friendly. I love her. So I'm going to use her to kind of like even everything out, blend everything together seamlessly. I'm going to take my beautiful finish brush and just lightly tap her into the pan. Just finish everything off. I favor a pressed powder over a loose powder because I feel like you'll be in more control. So this is basically just pulling everything together. I'm wiping away any extra powder, setting powder from the Laura that may be sitting on top of my base. I love it, not only because she's so brown girl friendly, I love it because she's very lightweight and she doesn't feel heavy and she doesn't feel cakey, and she's really good on top of a tinted moisturizer too. I'm gonna take my favorite bronzer. I finally found her amidst all of the mess here. Deep number 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of warmth back to my face, kind of bring out the little cool tone that's there, because like I said, Bare Minerals runs a little bit yellow for my liking. I'm gonna go in with a nice peachy tone blush. This one is called Peachy Keen. With spring, summer coming, I want something that's gonna really enhance my natural features, and also I don't really have a peach blush, so So I was like, let me kind of try this out on my cool undertone, and she's kind of nice. Like, she looks a little pink, but in the sunlight, the natural sunlight paired with the bronzer, she does like a nice peachy tone. So remember the Fierce Bare Pro highlighter that I added underneath? There is also a pressed version of it. So I put a little bit of the Bare Pro Glow underneath to give me like a radiant finish. You can kind of see it a little bit underneath the foundation. That was the whole point. So now I'm gonna add the pressed on top to give me like that extra She's gorgeous. She is gorgeous, 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 and she's very brown girl friendly as well. They both are really, 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 really nice. Oh, she's pretty. She's pretty. Primer that I use on my eyelids is going to be the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer. She's a really good primer for someone that has oily lids and for someone whose eyeshadow has a tendency of doing a whole lot of creasing and fading throughout the day. She's very tiny. I think she retails for like 25 or 27 bucks, but you don't need a whole lot of her, and she has no color to her at all. So she's a really good universal shade for fair all the way to deep. Shadow palette that I'm going to use is one of my favorites. It is a LATTE palette, I believe. Yeah, the LATTE palette from Bare Minerals. She does come with a mirror and a marble top. Obviously, I've been using this palette to death because you can't even see what's on it. But just flip it over and all of the details is on the bottom. So here we go with Solstice. I'm just going to put her all over to kind of just like even everything out. Bare Minerals has come a very long way. They used to be like the beigest company out there, because for a long time, like when I looked at Bare, I'm just like, I don't even see myself. Like, I don't even see me being able to do anything with these colors. Fallout is very minimum with this. There is some fallout, but it's very minimal. I'm gonna take not Tribune, but this is actually Spirit, that deep, like that chocolatey color. I'm gonna blend her into that outer corner and start working her in and around my eye socket. We're gonna build up that color because we definitely need this color to be full bloom. Now that we have the transition color, the base color, we have the crease color. I can't talk. So I'm gonna take, I want to say Firefly, this one right here. I'm gonna take her and I'm going to just apply her on the lid for like a little cut crease action. Yeah. We're going to carve out that crease. Get ready to set that gold right on top. I'm gonna take Firefly. The mascara I'm using is going to be the Bare Minerals Lashtopia. I actually use two, Lashtopia and the Lash Domination Petite. So this formulation here is a pure mineral based formula. It makes your lashes grow. Well, not make, but it kind of promotes the growth of your natural lashes because she's got castor seed oil in her. And instead of your lashes coming out like crunchy or like very, very brittle, they actually feel a little bit more bouncier, and they're a little bit more flexible, and they're lighter as far as the texture. And then I like to use the Lash Domination Petite because of the brush on this one. The brush is tiny. Obviously the formulation is really good. It's water resistant. This one is going to give you like a shiny finish, like a radiant finish on your lashes. But I love her because the brush is actually tiny enough to go all the way into my inner corner, and she's really good for my bottom lash line as well. The Lashtopia though, I will tell you, the finish on this mascara is going to be matte. So if you want something that's going to be like a little bit of shine, like a little bit of radiance, then I wouldn't reach for this one because she does dry down matte. All right. And I like to use the Lash Domination Petite to blend my falsies together. So I basically put the castor seed oil down first, the Lashtopia, and then I use the Lash Dom Petite to give me like a little bit of shine or radiance of the lash, but also to kind of like fan out my natural lashes. And I let those sit, the mascara sit on my lashes before I apply my falsies. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner because we're going to do like a nice little wing here, and she is in the shade Black. So for the lip today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Something that's going to be cute, something that's going to be neutral, and in my personal opinion, I feel like it would be fun. So Bare Minerals came out with lip lacquers, I want to say maybe last year sometime. This time they decided to extend it and come out with lip lacquers that shimmer, that have like a little bit of like a shimmer sheen to them, and I thought it was cute. They had a really good selection for women of color, and one of my favorites is Bronzite. This one right here is so stunning. Like, I have a really hard time with trying to find that perfect brown or the perfect neutral shade for my lip, like something that's just gonna throw on without it being too pink or without it being too, I don't know, like berry. Bronzite, she's it. So I'm gonna take my chestnut liner pencil and just go ahead and line my lip. For this look, I really wanted to play up features. And here we go. So pretty. Oh my goodness. She's like a nice bronzy color. So a unique feature about this brush, it had the doe foot is double-sided, it's dual-sided. So on this side you actually have like a cloth side, and on this side of the doe foot is more of like a plastic applicator, like a rubber applicator, not plastic but rubber. So you get full on color on one side, and then if you want to kind of like sheer out the color a little bit, just flip over the brush. It's so neat. And obviously I went for the full on side because I really want full color. And she smells like chocolate. She smells like chocolate. She smells so good. I'm gonna take my Morphe spray. Y'all know I love this. I'm down to my last little bit. Okay, y'all, this is the look. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. I had fun with y'all. Like, this quarantine is no joke. A lot of the products that I use today, I pretty much already had them. It was just something that I've never done before, which is basically do a Bare Minerals, I want to say like 90% Bare Minerals look, because typically I take a piece of Bare Minerals and use like multiple products with it, but this is like the first time that I've actually done like majority, like I said, Bare Minerals products. So make sure y'all go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that y'all can get updated every single time I do an upload on a video. And also make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel right here. The button is already there. And then make sure you go ahead and watch this next video. I'm trying to make sure that the videos actually like match with each other and coincide with each other, but who knows? I mean, just depends on what you like. They're gonna be random, but I think you're gonna like this one. Okay, thanks guys, have fun, and also stay safe. Okay, if you don't have to go out, please don't go out, because it's something, the coronavirus is very serious. Bye guys.